welcome back to Your Voice. Last but certainly not least, we'll see glimpses of the inaugural dinner reception held by the Indian National Overseas Congress USA at the World's Fair Marina Restaurant in East Corona, New York. Let's check it out. We see guests mixing and mingling as we also hear from committee members and guests.
ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਆਸਕਰ ਫਰਨਾਂਡez ਜੀ ਦਾ ਡਿਨਰ ਰਿਸੈਪਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। We are hosting him to be here today. We are very thankful to Oscar Fernandez. He's here from a very important time, and we're doing inauguration of our new committees at USA. So he's here from special from India.
Really honored that I was invited to this great occasion by Shud Prakash ji and by George Abraham to meet one of the greatest leaders of India, the General Secretary of the Congress Party, Mr. Fernandez. And I tell you, it is great to meet the community leaders here and meet one of the veterans of India.
We are gathered here tonight for an historical event, the inauguration of the new executive committee appointed by AICC. The AICC General Secretary, one of the most senior leaders of Congress Party, Oscar Fernandez ji, is here to do the official inauguration. We are very excited. I'm so happy with such a big response from the community.
Today we have an event here honoring Mr. Oscar Fernandez, who is the General Secretary of AICC and also a Member of Parliament in Rajya Sabha. So the purpose of get together is really to inaugurate our work here with various programs. As you know, International Overseas Congress is an organization that consists of people of Indian origin within the diaspora who identifies with the values and principles of Indian National Congress in India. Our job, of course, is also to bring both of our motherland and our adopted land together so that we really can forge a better relationship, advance strategic interests, and also take into consideration the issues and problems and difficulties the diaspora faces in relations with whether it's with the government of India or here at the US. So we are really looking forward to a great event today, and we are waiting to hear from Oscar ji about the government, the UPA, and what they've been doing in India, and how, of course, the UPA agenda is advancing for the betterment of the country.
Attendees excitedly await the arrival of Mr. Oscar Fernandez, a senior leader of the Indian National Congress. We'll see them welcoming him, as well as Mr. Fernandez meeting and greeting the guests as well. The program officially began with a traditional lamp lighting ceremony.
He's really doing a community service. He's the head of the Sahara TV channel and other channels, Sahara group of channels. I would request Mr. Sudeep Vaishnav to please come and be recognized. Please give him a big round of applause. It's my personal favorite channel.
We'll now hear from Mr. Oscar Fernandez himself.
I'm really delighted and honored to be here this evening to partake in the inaugural ceremony of the new charter of the ILOC. I congratulate the new president, Sri George Abraham, his vice presidents, and his entire team who are taking over today after a long period for doing some justice for the Indian community in the United States by building a powerful organization. A minister in charge of overseas Indians. I was looking after this department, and during that period I had an insight of Indian community wanting to contribute to the growth of our nation. And today you have also mentioned about this task of you people wanting to do something back home to our own people. I would be failing in my duty if I do not mention some of the great steps we have taken in our country. And one of them is to provide compulsory education, that is by law, provide education to every child in our country. Now to do that, it's not an easy thing. Why do people send their children for labor? We have decided to provide 100 days of compulsory, 100 days of employment to any citizen in the country who wants to work. 100 days of work, assured work, which means as of today, 13,500 additional income for each family. And that has made it possible for the parents to send their children to school. 5 crore people have registered under this scheme. The other scheme is to provide social security. You have mentioned about the health. Those who cannot afford health, they have been provided under the social security scheme, where a poor man can get treatment up to 30,000 rupees for a family, and they can take this treatment anywhere in the country. This social security we have provided. The fourth one is right to information, which you have mentioned today. And our next scheme is to provide food security to our poor people. That means, in Indian terms, if I have to buy 1 kg of rice, I will have to pay 30 rupees. But under the scheme, we will make it possible for a person to buy that for 3 rupees. That means, if you have to buy 1 kg of rice, if you are a poor man, you cannot afford, with a little money that you have, you can buy 10 kgs of rice with a scheme that we are going to bring in to make it a legal entitlement for a poor man, poor person.
That's all for this week's exciting episode of the show that lets your voice be heard. Thank you so much for joining us. This show wouldn't be possible without you and your valuable feedback, so keep emailing us at yourvoice@globosatend.com and make sure to visit us on the web at gen-i.us.com. I'm your host, Juhi Desai. Sahara Pranam.